Since you told that we told a lot of examples, like if a person is like a very introvert in the childhood stage, if a person if suppose a teacher is complaining that your student, that your child is not speaking to others, actually being silent in class is kind of advantage to the teachers. The teachers always prize the children who are always silent in the class, but the thing is that we should always kind of have some kind of concentration on the kid who is always silent. Kid should not be
Hmm.
silent. Kid should always be active, going here and there. That's the very good thing which we can find in a kid, because an active kid is always like not to be too much aggressive. Like as you said that in a handwriting, if they're just pressing it against, giving a lot of pressure, then they're just like aggressive. They're using kind of bold dark letters, then there'll be in a mindset like, okay, I demand this, I demand you to get me this. And on the other side, if a child is writing with less pressure, with lighter notes, lighter alphabets, not too much talk, it reflects that that person is like, okay, I am here to get what I want if I do what you want.
Yeah,
So it's like,
conditional love. It is
yeah.
called conditional love. Love
Exactly.
person is getting,
It's
child
kind
is
of
getting.
conditional love and affection. Like, okay, I'll do what you want and let me get what I want. So it's a kind of
Yeah,
thing. So also at the same time, consider if you want to make sure that that particular child is really silent, make them to write the alphabet C. So if they are
yeah,
able to write a very big C having a gap between those two edges, like a big C like this, then that person is communicative. And on the other hand, if they write a C like this, going without any kind of gap between, then they kind of introvert. And on the other hand, make sure that you make your child write the alphabet I. The alphabet I, you will be writing a single line and two lines in the up and down. So the middle line represents the child, and the top line represents the mother, and the bottom line represents the father. So tell me, ma'am, once again, what this has to do with the kind of behavior, ma'am. Once again, remind us about the alphabet I.
so yeah, alphabet I will tell you that how much attached or listening to your parents. Either you attach just with the one parent or with the both parent. That is important initially. But when a child is going to hostels and all, you will always see they are just writing one single one. They're independent child. They are not dependent on hostel. Mostly those who are raised up or going into hostels, they just write this. This is how the subconscious is changing when they were with parents. And the another thing, there's a I like this, what is we call cursive I, right? That is those who are influenced by their mother only. Maybe father is was no longer there present, father passed away, or due to some reason there were separation in the parents. So this is how you can see if the child is not a good listener, what you are going to do. Then we look for alphabet E, small e. So major role is playing small alphabets. Capital alphabets is more about your connections and conflicts. If your A is like this cross, then there is lots of conflicts going on, and you are easily going in, putting yourself into arguments. So this is how we look for these alphabets. And the major, those who are in teenage, parents are very struggling. So you can see if your child is writing, this is my book, and suddenly after teen, there should be all small letters, and he or she is writing THI, and suddenly big S, means this is we call go to hell attitude. Means they are least bothered. What are you saying? I don't mind it. You say whatever you want to say. That is go to hell attitude in teenagers. So you just tell initially when you will, they will be grasping this attitude. No, you just can see, okay, this is it. So no, this is wrong. You will write it small. So they will stop it there. You have to keep reminding. You have to keep checking notebooks. So means parenting itself is a full-time job. It is not at all easy thing. I know nowadays it is not easy just to bear all the expenses on one salary. We have to both earn, but yes, parenting is important, so we should really look into the notebooks of a child. So you, a child's notebook can reveal everything. If the girl is falling in love, boy is falling in love, or the how it is going, or the teacher is humiliating child, you will see the intense changes in handwriting. So what I was writing in my 12th standard and how I was writing in my graduation, that was totally different, and how I am writing today is totally different. So there are few alphabets which is really important to consider for kids, I would say. And the teenagers, you just check this thing that how they are writing their t. If they are lazy, their small t bar is going to be very lower side. If it is on top, it means child is ambitious, child is taking interest in studies. So easily these things can be seen in the notebooks. But the and the other thing is, sometimes we don't consult with psychiatrists and all, know that it is not till today acceptable in our society, especially in India's society. We don't give importance to our mental health. So with the help of handwriting, you can sort all these issues. You don't need to go to psychologist and all. And especially, suppose a child is, rubbing or cutting so much, you saw some people, if I made a mistake, I will just put a small cross and I will write it again. So they hide their mistakes. They want to be perfect in all the streams. When they are scratching so much, and they are lying also when they are scratching so much, so means kid starts lying at home. He starts or she starts hiding things. So these are the few glimpse of analysis what just with this podcast, parents can look into the notebooks in their kids notebook.
So yeah, yeah, of course, there used to be a film in Tamil. It's called Hero. So in that, the hero of the movie, he'll be revealing that his childhood will be like whatever dreams he have, he'll be writing in the last page of his rough note. I want to be a doctor. I want to be an actor. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a dancer. I want to be a music director. Everything is written at the end of the book. So if every parent is able to look at the end page of the book, they'll be able to see, okay, this is what my child's ambition is actually. So most of the parents want their child to get into a degree which holds engineering, which holds a medicine and all kinds of that. Of course, I also grew up in a family which they taught me to be an engineering graduate and they want to be either pursue medicine, but all of a sudden I just want to get into the media. This is totally different. So yeah, and also at the same time, looking into a child's handwriting is very much important. Like we discussed a lot of elements starting from the childhood to the teenage to the adults. Yeah, that's a great thing which we can actually see with the help of handwriting over here. So and also at the same time, if a child is very emotional, consider if you're going to see, you're predicting a child's future with the help of the handwriting. So with the help of handwriting, you predicted that this children is too much attached to one side of the parent, or this child is too much aggressive, too much emotional. So it may be like happiness, it's too much happiness. It may be like sadness, it may be too much depression. So more emotionally unstable child is something like which we should have more concentration on the child. So at this kind of stages, what advice would you like to tell to the parents regarding the handwriting? Or do you actually guide them not to write like this, or is it like writing the letters in the correct way will actually play a vital role in the subconscious mind, and ultimately it will result in a stage where children will be able to come out of the kind of sadness. It will be giving them confidence, and the handwriting will help them grow in their life. So tell us, what advice would you like to tell to the parents about the kids handwriting, ma'am?
So there are few things what they can look into handwriting. First thing, if a child is writing in a notebook where the lines are, so if letters are too much stick on the line, bottom of the line, it means child is very stubborn and disciplined, and he or she is forcing himself to be disciplined, which is okay till one point, but it is not so okay. That is, convert into another things later on. So first thing that can get checked. And another thing, few students, how they're writing, one word is here on the line, other one goes up, other word goes down, and maybe other word goes the really down the line. So it means that child is very, very indisciplined. So just correcting with these small things, you can see the behavior of a child. Or maybe it's a line notebook and still handwriting is somehow going down or going into too much into the left side of the page. So it is not good. It is the alarm that you really need to get checked your child. You really need to consult with an a psychologist or whatever counselors are available in the school. Nowadays, every school is having counselors. And I mean, it's not in my hand. I would suggest that counselors, especially, should know handwriting part so that they can guide parents. They can always look for the pressure. They can check previous pages and the later how the things are changing. They can, as these alphabets I told, they can check for these alphabets. But of course, beyond this, we will not be able to discuss here because again, each alphabet's having 50 formations. 15 formations are common formation, what you, me, and everyone is using. The rest of the formations are rarely seen in the handwriting. But if you caught that, then you will be able to fix it immediately. But on time, doing everything on time is very important. And here I would like to one thing tell to all the parents that always you and your kids also, lower zones always must be closed. For example, you see few people are writing y like this, few are just curving half. These all things are not good. That shows physical unfitness, that you are inviting some health issues subconsciously. And seriously, I'm telling you that you can see in horoscopes as well. So with the help of handwriting, we can cure ourselves. Of course, here I'm not saying that doctor is not all required. Doctor is required, medication is required, but this is something what you are doing on your own. So these things can be done at home, handwriting practices. And you just observe one thing, but it is nothing with the one child is writing so good, another one is writing so bad, dirty handwriting, doesn't connect it to each other. That person could be, you see, printing handwriting. Sometimes some people are writing, so they are fake people. Fake in the sense they show you something, but they are totally a different personality inside. And if a child is writing bad, doesn't mean not intelligent or there is something wrong. Nay. Maybe his brain is somewhere else, and here he is writing. He is extraordinary. His or he or she is putting mind there as well and presently writing here. So that could be also a reason. And there will be many other reasons that they have having more interest in other activities, maybe thinking about dancing, singing, or some other things, and writing here. So we cannot judge. We should not judge to anyone, and nothing is right and wrong. It is just about fixing the things, that how we can push our child to grow good, how we can grow a mentally healthy child. When I'm saying mentally healthy, doesn't mean autistic child or something. It is like more clarity, clear visions, not having that. Sometimes you will see some people are writing, kids are writing very, very close to each other. So this is telling that how much suffocate they are. And the lines are also, lower zone of Y is touching to the another line. Handwriting is touching. So there is a lot going on there in their brain. So you just tell your child, leave one line and then you have to start in the second line. He will slowly start getting sorted. So these are the few things what I would suggest to parents to look into the handwritings.
Yeah, that's once again a very elaborate answer from you regarding handwriting analysis in the kids' behavior, ma'am. So